Hi everyone. So today we're just gonna read brief his, a brief history of time. Let's go there. Okay. Let's start. And as you can clearly see from the description of this book, Stephen Hawking, A Brief Story of Time. So, first of all, I apologize you for making so much mistakes. I mean, I tried to learn the tutorial from YouTube, but I didn't get it like for about 15 or 20 minutes, and finally, leave properly. So, today we're going to discuss Stephen Hawking's history of time from the Big Bang to black hole, and we're going to read it together. So, we're starting from the first our picture of the universe. So some of you might say that we have to begin from here, we have to begin from forward, but I do not prefer reading forward because I don't know the reason. I don't have reason because. Okay. Let's start our picture of the universe. A well-known scientist once gave a public lecture on astronomy. He described how the earth orbits around the sun, how the sun in turn orbits around the center was of a vast collection of stars called our galaxy. At the end of the lecture, a little old lady at the back of the room got up and said, "What you have told us is rubbish. The world is a flat plate supported on the back of a giant tortoise." The scientist gave a superior smile before replying, "What is the tortoise syndrome?" "Very clever, young man, very clever," said the old lady. "But its church is all the way down." Most people would find a picture of wire as an infinite tower or torch rather ridiculous. But why do we think we know better? What do we know about the universe, and how do we know it? Where did the universe come from, and where it's going? Did the universe have a beginning, and if so, what happened before then? What's the nature of time? Will it ever come to an end? Can we go back in time? Recent breakthrough in physics made possible far more fantastic new technologies, such as answers to some of these outstanding questions. Someday these answers may seem as obvious to us as the Earth orbiting the Sun, perhaps as rigorous as a torch. Torch is only time, whatever the time be, will tell. So, okay, I will recommend you reading this book. I'm just gonna post the link of this book. Actually, I've downloaded it from ZZ library. It's from here. sng1lib.org book 116. Oh, actually, it's under the book. This book is as well a great book. I prefer reading books, but my speaking is not so well. I'm trying to improve my speaking, but I think that I will never be able to talk like a native speaker. I would like to, but it's impossible. So, actually, in this book, and it's obvious from its name that Briefs of Time, it talks about the universe, how the universe began. We don't know this for sure. We don't know the exact time. We know the approximate time, which is roughly 14 billion in some sources and 30 million in some sources, but we don't know this exact number. And maybe it's not right. Maybe 13 billion or 14 billion is not just right. Maybe it's younger than you have thought. Maybe it's 1 billion. Maybe it's 2 billion. Maybe it is 80 or 90 billion. We don't know. And some people say that the age of the universe is only 14 billion years old. while the radius of our own universe is 45 to 50 billion years. How is it possible? And I am amazed by this fact. We know for sure that the radius of our universe is 45 to 50 billion light years. So light years, we know light year is the distance that the light travels in a year. Light year is a vast amount of distance. We cannot imagine how much is a light year. It is a lot. And if we take into consideration that the approximate velocity of the light is 300 kilometers per second. Do you know what I mean? 300 kilometers per second. It takes light only 1.3 seconds to reach Earth, and approximately 8 minutes to reach Earth from the sun. It's all about radiation. It radiates. That's just great. But and if we were to calculate a light year, that would be a lot than we have thought, a lot than we have contemplated. Okay, let's just try to think about it. And as I said before, the velocity of the light is approximately 300,000 kilometers per hour. And if we were to multiply 300,000 by 60, that will give us the distance that light travels in a minute. And if we were to multiply it by 60, it will give us an amount of distance that light travel in an hour. And if we were to multiply it by 24, it will give us the distance that light will travel in a day. And if we were to multiply this number by 365.25, this will give us light year. A light year, it is very, very long distance that we cannot even imagine. And now, take into consideration that the nearest star to the sun is roughly 4 light years away. Can you take this into account? Can you contemplate on this? The distances are so far away now. Even our arrival to these stars would be impossible. Maybe physics might change in the future, but I don't know what will happen. In the recent times, if we were to return, I'm just gonna use if we were to return word a lot. If we were to return 100 or 200 years ago, who would on the earth think that in the future people would have the ability to talk virtually from one part of the world to another? Like, for example, let's say that you are in the USA and I am in China. So that's a lot of distance. Or maybe Europe. But, even if there is a delay, like 1 or 2 seconds, it is just fascinating. It's fascinating to talk virtually to another man, another woman, another human being. Can you think about it? We have made it. And years ago, it was impossible to think about it. And people didn't even have the opinion to do this. And the idea of doing this came out of a sudden as technology improved. Maybe in the future, We will travel from one place, from Earth to the nearest star. I don't mean the sun. The nearest star in a matter of seconds. Is it possible? We don't know. Is it gonna be possible? We don't know yet. Only time will show. And the people. And if you're watching this video, or if you will be watching this video after 1 month or 1 year, I don't know. We will not see it. We will not see it. Maybe next generations can see it. I don't know, as I said before. And the most disgusting thing about science, about education, is that the more you know, the more you don't know. Really. And as you get more information into your head, and you learn new information, what really happens is that there are some big questions. For example, let's say that today you have learned A, B, C, D, and E. Tomorrow, in only A, there is A, B, C, D, and E. And in this A, there is A, B, C, D, E. And as you get into it, it gets like eternally. You can never come to the limit. There is no limit here. You go, and you always go. You're baffled with questions, and you never can just get the answer. You can never get the answer that you were looking for. And as you get into it, you get. But there is no answer. There is not infinite answer. It's finite. And as well as B, as well as C, as well as D, and as well as E. And as well as you learn more E, F, G, H, I, J, K. You learn a lot. And that is what makes us great. I don't say perfect, because we are never perfect. It makes us great. It makes us to push our limits to the limit and do whatever we want. It makes us to create new technologies for the world, to make a world a better place to live in. Really. What makes us this world? What are we? Who are we? I'm asking. Who are we? Are we just natural being? Are we just human being? Just came to this world for nothing and died for nothing? That's not right. We are the people. We are the people that you were looking for. Not you, but the universe. But the whole universe, all humanity were looking for. All for one, one for all. Really. What I'm telling right now is not just mere words. It's just I cannot explain my words, my thoughts in words. It's just like impossible. But I want humanity to go up. I want ourselves to get new technologies and never stop. My main reason here is not just to give you a motivational speak and to start making your life better from tomorrow. And tomorrow, I know that for sure you will not begin. You're just gonna say tomorrow, and tomorrow continues. You will never be able to get to the conclusion, you start. And you know, every conclusion is a start, and every start is a conclusion. And when you conclude procrastinating, you start doing your life better. And you have to always make your life better. That's what the world it is. That's just what the world is. Like you're thinking that I'm just gonna leave for a short period of time and then I'm just gonna die. Why on the earth do I need to leave? Why on the earth do I need to just invent new things or try to contribute to the world? I just gotta get my money. I'm just gonna work in the office and get my money. That's all. That's not right. You're not holding the right opinion. You just gotta be open-minded to the world. You just gotta do what you can do. You don't have to wait for the chance to come. You have to make the chance to come for you. And as we continue, you see that this book is just great. Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at this picture. Sphere of the moon, sphere of Mercury, sphere of Venus, sphere of the Sun, sphere of Jupiter, Saturn, fixed star. That was Ptolemy's model. Good. Okay, I recommend you reading this book. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.